Do you think inflation has peaked?
Oh, very much so. I think inflation is going to drop very, very quickly. In fact, I believe many of us will be surprised how quickly it will fall. The problem is it will fall very quickly. Sort of 9 to 4 will be the easy part, and then it's going to get very difficult to get inflation back to price stability. So, but at the moment, I think the initial phase will be a very rapid decline in inflation.
So what does it mean for central banks, Philipp? And you lay this out beautifully, actually, in your World Outlook. If you're a central bank, if you're like the ECB, or even if you're the Fed, do you have to be much more careful in how you manage this from now until the summer?
I think the central banks are going to continue on their tightening path. They're going to be very careful, very focused on not losing the long-term inflation expectation anchor. And so I think we're going to see, I don't see any chances, frankly, of easing this year. I think the market has that wrong. So they're going to make sure that we can really not just get from 9 to 4, but also limit any kind of risks that inflation expectations become unanchored. And because all of this is driven by labor market constraints, principally, it's still a supply side story. It's going to be very difficult to get inflation kind of below 4%, let alone below 3%. So we're in the easy phase, in a sense, now of this tightening cycle.
But is there a problem that markets don't understand that? So we have, for example, Fed officials saying, look, don't expect a Fed pivot anytime soon, but the markets keep on testing it.
That's right, and I think this notion that there could be easing this year seems to be, to me, to be far too optimistic, because if you're the central bank, you're going to want to make sure that you can get this done, that you don't risk resurging suddenly of inflation expectations further down the road. So I think we're going to see at best some sort of pause, but not quite yet. And the market may need some readjusting relative to these expectations that we could be seeing some easing. And this is what we call it's a new regime. The great moderation is over. This notion that when the economy struggles, central banks will ease, that was true in the past. I don't think it's going to be true this time.